So Wednesday Season 2 Part 1 came out last week, and to me, it's starting to seem more and more like an X-Men ripoff than an Addams Family spin-off. But first, please like, subscribe, and share. Anything you can do will help my channel reach more people. And if you like this video, make sure to hit that bell icon so you can get my videos as soon as they drop. Of course, before we go any farther, make sure you've seen Wednesday Season 2 Part 1 before we continue. I will be making references to a lot of the storylines that go on in that season. So Wednesday Season 1 came out about, I don't know, it feels like 20 years ago, but it's really been only 3 years. And during that time, we've been waiting. What will happen to Wednesday when she returns to Nevermore Academy? Yes, Nevermore Academy, the school that kind of reminds you of Hogwarts. A bunch of kids with a bunch of magical powers that are different than humans and having to be kept away from the normal human population. And while I watched Season 1, I thought, man, this seems a lot like Hogwarts. They're wearing a bunch of uniforms like Hogwarts. They are not allowed to do a lot of their own magic when they're outside of the school. They have all these different abilities, and really, it's almost as if they need to keep themselves hidden from the normal human population. Of course, the difference between the Wednesday universe and the Harry Potter universe is that the humans know that the outcasts exist. But in Season 1, the outcasts were very limited. You had the Hyde that came out late in Season 1, which was basically a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde reference. You had Wednesday, who was a psychic. You had the Sirens, who can command people. You had the werewolves. You had that one bee kid. And then, of course, you had the Medusas that could turn people to stone. And that was pretty much it. While that is a lot of those abilities were being limited or not used on humans. And frankly, the kids were almost hiding in fear. When we come back to Season 2, though, they have so many more. They have the girl that can go invisible. They have people that are telekinetic, able to control things, and honestly could do a lot of damage in the real world. They really emphasize a lot of these different abilities in Season 2. And honestly, the abilities are doing a lot of harm to real people. They are killing humans. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they start doing some storylines where the humans are going to come after these people. Where it used to be that the kids were being hidden in that school, they were doing actual damage to people in Jericho and possibly the rest of the world. And a lot of the storylines seem very similar to storylines that I've seen in Marvel and specifically the X-Men over the years. The villain that was the aviary villain, specifically that she could control birds, was taking abilities from the outcasts and putting them into humans to give them their abilities. If that's a story that you feel like you've seen before, I give you what Magneto was trying to do in X-Men 1 in 1999. And the humans are getting more and more wary of these kids. The more and more that these kids leave the school, there's an obvious break between the humans and the outcasts. And the outcasts are doing a lot of damage to the humans. And eventually they're going to gear up and go after them. It's a storyline that's been done for like 85 or 90 years in the X-Men and Marvel universe. When these outcasts are uncontrolled and they have this extra power and they can hurt the humans are going to gear up and come after these kids. And I don't know if that's going to be a storyline in the second half of Season 2 or a storyline in Season 3, but I can see that that's where it's going. These kids are doing all this damage to the human population, and the humans are going to fight back. And I almost wish that they would focus more on what's going on at the school. Because the more and more that they go out and they hurt these people, the more and more that the people are going to start gearing up and coming after them. And I don't want to see this show as being an X-Men ripoff. I don't want to see them copying all these storylines. And I don't even think they're meaning to copy these storylines. A lot of these storylines are 85, 90, 100 years old. But they're going to start doing it the more and more that they go down that path. But if they focus more on the horror aspect, more of the aspects of whatever is going on in the deep, dark rooms of that school, or what was going on in that psych ward, go more of the horror route for the Addams Family. Deal with the Addams Family past. Talk about these zombies and these other murders. That's when you're going to get unique storylines that are specifically feeling like the Addams Family. The more and more these outcasts hurt the humans, the more and more they're heading down the path of a humans versus outcast war, which is frankly a really tired storyline. So as I am happy that they have left copying the Harry Potter storyline, I am nervous that they are just going to be copying X-Men. But I truly have liked the first half of season 2. I hope the second half really solves a lot of the issues that were brought up in the first half and is more than just a copy of the first half plus Lady Gaga. But nonetheless, we will see more of the adventures of what goes on between Wednesday and her best friend Enid, as she deals with the fact that the Hyde is loose and trying to kill her. And we will find out exactly who Lady Gaga is. In my opinion, it's her aunt, but we will know for sure in about 3 weeks.
Hey, thanks for watching my video. Make sure to click that subscribe button and check out those videos on screen now.